Hey guys, Dan Howman back with another Watcher of Realms video. Today we're doing our guide on Captain Reve. So this is going to be my spotlight on him. Really cool. Let's talk about how he works and all that good stuff. He is honestly a lot better hero than I thought he was going to be when I first got him. I was like, oh, another defender, blah, blah, blah. He kind of plays a really cool role. He's an exclusive hero. So you're only going to be able to get this guy maybe once a year or maybe something like that. I know in holidays he's come up, Halloween and some other stuff like that. So maybe in a couple months when it's Halloween, we'll be able to get him again. But right now he's exclusive for another couple days. And he's quite a good hero. Let's just go through the in-game ratings real quick. Tide, yeah, not bad. He does AoE damage. He's exceptional in the gold and XP raid. He's 5 out of 5 in both of these. He just gives you passive gold. I'll go through how that works in a minute here, but he's going to be quite good there. Now for arena, he's going to be decent in areas like AoE because he can slow. He has this really cool slow aura around him. I actually really like this hero a lot. Faction trial is going to be decent. Gear raid 1, definitely going to be usable. He can proc if you have the... What are these? Cultist? If you have the cultist heroes, he can proc the slow, which means they're going to deal more damage. He also does AoE damage, so he's definitely going to be usable in Gear Raid 1. Artifact Raid, he's going to be good. Arena Sustained DPS, he's probably not bad. He doesn't have great single target damage. He's a defender again, so usually you're going to use someone who has a little bit more damage for sustained, but might be decent there as well. I guess there is some AoE damage for the sustained one. Single target you can see is low. That makes sense. Gear Raid 2, could definitely use him. I actually put him in my Gear Raid 2 run just for that passive gold. Gear Raid 3, not going to be useful. Anti-air, not going to be useful. Okay, let's go through and talk about him a little bit. Let's go through his skills. So he has a manual ultimate. Basically, during the ultimate, each attack deals 200% AoE damage to multiple enemies and inflicts stun. So pretty cool. This does work with his auto attack, so if you have like the set that boosts auto attack damage, obviously that's going to be quite nice. He does deal magic damage. This passive right here is really cool. So it doesn't quite work how I thought it was going to work, but it says passive bond skill. It shows it green, so I assumed this was going to be active always. It's not, because this one's grayed out. Both of these, this guy has to be in the team. So if you're using Razak as well, it's the same for him. To get this, they have to be in the team. They do not have to be deployed though. So you can just carry those two through all of your dungeons, even if you don't deploy them, and you'll get that passive bonus every time. So what you can do is once you get this guy, you can go through and re-record your content with him in it, and that's just going to give you a passive gold boost of 12% if you own both of them. Okay, if you own both of them, you'll get 6 here and you'll get 6 here, and for experience you'll get 5 here and you'll get 5 here for 10%. So that is obviously one of the biggest reasons to use him, but he is quite a cool hero nonetheless. So he has a basic attack that's not AoE until he gets to his ultimate. Then it turns AoE and stuns, which is really cool. He inflicts slow passively. I like this. I think it's a really cool little thing. All of my skill ups went into this pretty much, which actually I'm kind of okay with because I use this to proc the stuff for Morrigan here. So basically if they're slowed, it's 30% increased damage. I'm assuming this works. It says control effects. I'm assuming slow is a control. So that's what I'm kind of using him for, and I'm a big fan of that. So that's pretty sweet. And I think the slow is just generally useful. You can lay him in, in the middle of a path, and even if he can't block all the enemies, he can still slow them down. And it's pretty good. I mean, it's 50% slow, so it's quite a good slow. That's pretty cool. When attacking enemies under control, I'm really hoping this works on slow, because this means he's restoring 4% of his max HP, 5% with this every time. I think that's pretty good. I think that's really good. All right, just a quick note. You'll see me later in the video curious if Reve's AoE slow works to proc Morrigan's the cultist bonus, and it does. So I did test that since, and it does absolutely work. Yeah, you'll see a lower number on the screen for when it hits without him, and then with him you'll see a higher number on the screen as well. I just wanted to clarify that because you'll see me being a little bit curious about that later in the video, but I have since tested that, and it does in fact work. Okay, you'll see top and bottom the difference between the damage there. Okay, so that's basically all of the skills on him. Oh, and he has this right here. For every 4 enemies killed on the battlefield, increases the hero's attack speed by 10. That's pretty cool. Attack speed is pretty good for him. Attack speed is usually always good on someone who has an ultimate that just uses their auto attacks, right? Because attack speed only affects your auto attacks or your heals. So that's a very important. Attack speed is going to be good on him. Now, let's think about artifacts. Now, I just have this one to give him more damage because I am using him kind of as a damage dealer and not really as a defender. So this is the one I like. There's probably some other ones that would be pretty decent. If you want to block more, you can definitely use the Olog's wall. It's actually in the event right now. So this one definitely works as well. It just makes him a little bit tankier and also allows him to block 1 additional unit. If you're using him to like slow and block, then this is obviously a good one. I'm kind of using mine for damage, so I'm using this one. Yeah, kind of is what it is. Let's go through Awakenings real quick. So this one's kind of cool. For every 4 attacks landed, the next deals AoE damage. So this is, even when you don't have your ultimate, you're still able to do AoE damage. So I think Awaken 1 is actually quite good. And it also gives him an additional stun, which is kind of nice. So I don't know. I think Awaken 1 is quite good. A little bit more HP, and then increases the slowing effect area of pact with the drowned when boiling brine is in effect. I don't know why that's. I don't even know what that means. Okay, let's go. Now, let's talk about the gear. So I have mine kind of in like a hybrid DPS tank build. I went mostly damage with just a little bit of HP and stuff. I'm using the Glacier set, which is good on him. Now, you can definitely use the other... there's definitely like a lot of other sets you can use, right? So you can use this set right here, Infernal Roar. This one's a great set as well. Increases your basic damage. Again, all the heroes where you're using your basic damage for your ultimate, then this is going to be a great set as well. This is kind of just what I had laying around because that other set is quite rare. But so here's the gear we got. We got HP, attack. I'm basically looking for HP, attack, and crit rate and attack speed, right? So here we go. Attack, crit rate, attack speed. A little bit of defense. You do want some tanky stats on him. So attack, crit, attack, rage regen. That's a pretty decent piece. We got attack speed again. Attack speed's pretty good on him. HP, defense, attack, crit. That's a nice piece. And then attack speed, HP, attack, etc. So I got about 330 attack speed, which is pretty good. 80% crit roughly. And a nice little chunk of attack in HP. So he has pretty good base HP and attack actually. And kind of defense as well. His stats are quite good. So yeah, gear scales that obviously pretty well. And yeah, pretty much that. Okay, now where's it going to be useful? Obviously, gear and gold raid is going to be amazing in there. So the resource raid is quite good. I redid my my experience raid team. I'll just show you it real quick. I put him in there, and I put also Razak in there for the increased experience as well. So I'm getting increased gold and experience in both the gold and the experience. So I'll show you how I use him. There he goes. He puts him down right there to slow, and then that helps boost my Morrigan and all that. So pretty good, really quick run, and it just gives me that boost to the gold. Okay, to the gold and the experience, right? So nice little 12% boost. You know, it's not a lot because you're only getting like 840 gold in this one, but I figure I'm going to min-max everything here. We're going to get the boost on all of my content, and over time that should really help me out, right? You can see over here, you got his, you got both of the pirates bond. So you got the gold and you got the XP. Pretty cool there. I think that's just useful in all of the raids, right? In literally all the raids. You can see I put him in some of my other raids as well. So if I go to Gear Raid 1, he's in Gear Raid 1. I'll just show you an auto of these just because obviously it's going to be a lot quicker with the, you know, 3.5x speed. But so I put him in this one as well. And he's actually did some decent damage in here for me as well. So you can see I have Razak in here as well. I have Razak and him in here, and that's just literally for the gold and XP bonus. If you're able to clear it, you can see he's down on the field right now, just kind of hanging out here. He does some decent AoE damage. He kind of blocks people from getting all the way into the lane, so you could put him down in the middle, or you could put him here, whatever you want. But he's just literally here for that gold bonus. I'll show you his damage. Let's see if he does any decent damage in here as well. Obviously, I got really strong mages in here, so if he gets even, you know, a very small fraction of the damage that the rest give, then he's going to be quite strong. You see, I'm really just using him for that slow boost, which I hope it works. I'm assuming a slow is a CC effect, but maybe it only works on stun, so maybe it only works for his ultimate. It doesn't seem like it works passively, because it looks like I'm hitting the same damage on the left side as I am the right side, so maybe it doesn't work. Maybe it's only when he actually stuns. He's auto-attacking for about 57k, which is pretty decent. Let's see what kind of damage he did. I'm quite tanky to be up in the first row, honestly. Quite tanky for being there. Okay, let's look at the stats real quick. And he did 13 million. He almost did as much damage as my Comet. Honestly, that's pretty insane. He did more than my Zealous. He was down quicker than my Zealous, but I think Comet's one of the first people I put on the board. So, I mean, that's pretty good performance. That's pretty good performance. He definitely is pretty sweet as a damage dealer. He really is. I put him in Gear Raid 2 as well. I'll show you this team real quick. I think Gear Raid 1, he's going to be pretty decent. Gear Raid 2, you can use, but he's not going to be amazing. You kind of just use him for the gold boost. I mean, if you just need another tank, but I mean, someone like Isolde is better than him, but I just used him in place of Isolde just because I wanted that gold boost. I kind of just went through and re-recorded all my dungeons with him because A, I wanted faster times, and B, I wanted passive gold and XP boost. You see, I pull Razak and Reve into all of these teams, right? So there's my Reve. He just went down. He is still quite tanky. He is a defender, right? So defenders just are much tankier than fighters. And he's able to, you know, hit pretty hard for his auto attacks, right? I like how he swings his chain like that. But he autos for like 50, 60k crits, so pretty good, pretty good. Definitely for a defender. I mean, he does a lot of damage for a defender. Maybe he might do the most damage out of any of the defenders, right? So I only had him up blocking ads for a little bit. He didn't get any DPS on the boss, and we'll kind of look at his damage. He basically just sits there and auto attacks for 60k, activate the ult, and then you get a little bit of AoE. Let's see how he did. Boom, 1 mil damage just for blocking. Not bad, not bad. Not bad at all. He's good in the artifact raid as well. We'll talk about that one now. He's definitely good in Gear Raid 3. You're definitely not going to use him. If you can happen to fit him in just for the gold boost, you may do that, but you're not actually going to use him because there's no ground units and he cannot attack air. So that's not going to be useful. Artifact material raid, I did re-record my fight with him, so I will show you that. Again, I did that just for the gold and the experience boost. I brought Razak in here, even though there's not even a tile for him. I literally just brought him in here for that. I'm not able to do 18 yet. I don't have Salazar, which is kind of holding me back for Artifact 18, but I used Reve as my main tank here. Again, I just wanted that gold bonus, but also he's a tank that does damage. So for this dungeon, he's actually quite good. He's actually really good in here. Because he can handle tanking the boss and he can deal some decent damage for sure. So pretty useful here. I don't have Salazar. People just basically one-shot the boss with Salazar. So 18, I don't know if 18 is possible without Salazar. I've never seen anyone do it, but I don't know. 1.5 mil. I dropped him basically first, and you know, obviously I got a lot more damage on these other guys, but he was able to tank the boss for me, right? You can see he took the most amount of damage because he was tanking. So okay, is there anywhere else? Oh, we can talk about we could talk about arena. You're probably not going to use him in the arena we currently have. You know, is what it is. Let's go hero ranking. So anti-air, you're definitely not going to use him. AoE, you can absolutely use him. He's actually quite good. This doesn't update, so this I think updates every Monday, so he won't even be on here because he hasn't even existed for more than a week, so he can't even be on this list. But I think he's going to be quite good in AoE damage. I think he's going to be pretty decent sustained. He's just going to be okay in single target. You're probably going to rather run someone like Surprise not on here. Surprise. Oh yeah, Zilla 2 up here at the top. Yeah, you're probably going to run someone like Zilla 2 instead of him for this But yeah, okay, so really cool collector hero. What do I think of him? He's really useful. He's not going to be the most useful person in the entire game, but I do think with that bonus, that passive bonus, I think that makes him very unique and very usable in a lot of the content. Now, as I said, I dragged him along all of my content just to give me that passive bonus when I'm doing a lot of auto farming. I figure, you know, 10%, no, sorry, 12% gold is gonna really help over time. I'm kind of low on gold, so I think that's going to be quite useful. But yeah, that's it for the video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like and the subscribe button. Have a great day, everyone. See you guys.